So I mentioned gains from trades. I want to draw kind of an Edgeworth box here with the different parties involved. And now I have the consumer's preferences in this picture. Now I need to draw in the other people. Who are the other people? Let's get their names first, and then we can do their indifference curve. Yeah. At a given quantity, they prefer a lower price. So when you move down, you have to be going to a new indifference curve with a higher number. I haven't numbered these. And when you're going up, you have to be going to a lower indifference curves with a lower number, but a new one. The other thing we know is that when we move left and right, we have to be going to a lower indifference curve, to a new indifference curve with a lower number, because this is my optimal choice.
Isn't that the optimal choice
Given the price. For the demand curve is how much would you like to buy at a given price?
Your opportunity set is the whole line. You could have bought anything you wanted along that green line out to when you run out of money. You could have gone anywhere on that line you wanted to. So if a guy, that's his opportunity set, you got to be tangent to your indifference curve, right? You got to choose the optimal point. The lowest indifference, the furthest down indifference curve that hits that green line is the one you're going to choose. And that's exactly the choice involved in defining a demand curve.
Yeah.
What rules out our sort of standard difference curves? Because I feel like here we're saying the consumer is indifferent between consuming more at a lower price or less at a lower price.
Yeah.
That seems super counterintuitive. Like I would rather have, if you give me a lower price, I'll consume more.
Well, if we fix your quantity, you agree you like a lower price. So now, okay, but you strictly prefer a lower price. You're in my store. And I say, you know what, I'll let you have that lower price, but I'm not going to let you pick the quantity. So you're like, thumbs up on the lower price, thumbs down that I don't get to pick the quantity. And so there has to be a trade-off there. And it's in both directions. It's that I might make you take home more than you want, or I might say you can't take home as much as you want. Either one you don't like.
So there's some sense in which like the consumer is saturated at point E.
No, he's not saturated. It's just not worth P to him, or one. Kevin's been talking about the one. It's not worth one. These quantities out here aren't worth one. This is what those quantities are worth. And over here, those quantities are worth more than one. And you're not going to like it that I say, you know what, you can't have this full amount. You say, oh, at a price of one, I want more. You're holding me back.
I got to give you a discount to force you to do something you don't want to do. That's all that says. If I force you to eat more than you want to eat, I got to give you a discount. If I force you to eat less than you want to eat, I got to give you a discount on the price. Right? Because you prefer to do what you want. That's all it says.
Now, I haven't told you yet why this isn't like a TP with the point there, but we'll come to that. But the red ones, yes. Okay, so,